everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Double Take.
We are so excited for you guys to be here. Go get your snacks because today it's going to be a very juicy episode. We're going to talk about toxic relationships.
Yes.
So, this is going to be really good cheese, man, up in here.
So, yeah, how are you? How's been your day?
It's been good.
Today?
Hectic.
Yours? Mine has been relaxed, to be honest. I said, well, okay, today we're going to record. I'm just going to take it easy.
Today is going to be a very easy day. And it's raining and it's gloomy.
Yeah, the day is really cloudy. So
sorry if the lighting is not good.
I say cloudy. Cloudy.
Cloudy.
Okay. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about toxic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. What are your experience with toxic relationships? I really want to know.
I have, of course, family, friendship, and romantic relationship.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What about you?
I wouldn't say. I don't have a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have friends, but I don't have like a big circle of friends. So I wouldn't say like I have toxic friends. I had in the past, maybe like one, but that's it.
Yeah.
Relationships, yeah, I have 2 relationships. They were really toxic. But besides that, yeah, I don't. Oh, and family too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had really toxic family. Well, I don't want to say really toxic, but some people in my family, they're really toxic.
Like a lot of drama with them.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere they go.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, in the beginning, well, we can start off with friendship, right?
Yeah, we can start with friendship. Yeah.
So, like with friend, it's very different than... It hurts more than family and a boyfriend. For me, it hurts a lot. Cause
Do you think so?
For me, yeah. When I broke up with my friend, because, we were not in a good foundation or whatever, it hurt. I was crying a lot. Because, like, it's different. It's different than a boyfriend. It's different than a sister because you're telling them something you never told no one before.
That's true, yeah.
And so, yeah, when you get into a friendship or any type of relationship, they begin with love bombing. Like, oh, you're amazing, and they do whatever you want, or they make you feel special or important.
Mm-hmm.
And they make it seem like, oh, you know what? I think I can be with you. And then out of nowhere, they start to change, right? Then they start the manipulative tactics. They start the jealousy.
Jealousy, yeah.
And that's when it starts to become...
And the competition,
yeah,
everything. Yeah, I get it. Well, I don't know if I had like a really toxic friend. I think it was more like, I want to be better than you.
Mm.
Well, I guess that's toxic.
Yeah,
that's really toxic, but that's what I experienced. And it was just a friend.
Mm.
And it was like back in high school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it wasn't that we broke up the friendship. It just died.
Naturally.
The friendship, yeah, it just naturally died.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah. So I can really say that I suffered because I broke up with a friend. No. I don't
Lucky
think
you.
so. Yeah.
No, we had to end it because even though this person is becoming a better person now, and they asked for forgiveness and they said sorry, it affects you for a very long time.
Okay.
Like for me, I have like when I make friends now, I'm scared to make friends because I'm just like, oh, is that person mad at me, or am I annoying them, or am I opening too fast, or am I too loud, am I laughing too much? So it's stuck in my head where I'm just like, I cannot be myself because I'm scared. Because that's what happened with the last friendship. Anything that I did, it was either too much or I wasn't doing too much.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so it depends what day I got. I got a good day or I got a bad day.
So that was kind of like a relationship with just, I mean, like boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever romantic relationship, but without the romantic.
Yes.
That's insane. I never had a friendship like that.
Oh, have you ever heard of you know vampires, right? Like they suck your blood out.
Okay, yeah.
This person, they took off every emotion I had. Like I would come home and I would have no energy to do nothing at all.
Oh, wow.
And with this friend, it was like, well, that's where my eating disorder happened, because this friend was about image, how you looked. It's about competition with friends, like how many friends I had.
Mm-hmm.
I ended a friendship with one of my friends because she was jealous that I was too close to the other friend, and my other friends were close to her too. So this person got mad, cut that person out of my life. And my mom and dad did not like her. So
I mean, of course.
I felt bad because I like this person would want to hang out, but I didn't want to hang out. But I forced myself to hang out with this person.
Jeez.
And like, you know how you talk to your problems with your friends?
Yeah.
If I would talk about my problems, it felt like it wasn't important. She had to be the center of attention. And I was like, okay. So if I would say, oh, like I'm going through a bad time, and out of nowhere, this person would be like, oh, yeah? Well, guess what happened to me? Da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, okay. So it made you feel lower.
Yeah.
And then if I said, oh, an example, like when I got married, I was like, oh, my husband's trying to create a business. She would be out like, oh, yeah, well, I want to make a business, and I want to make this much money, and I want to da-da-da. And I'm like, oh. I know, I was just saying it as like, I'm excited to tell my friend.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you, oh, we're going to compete. No, it's just like, you're my friend. I'm excited to tell
like
you
I want to tell you.
No, but this person took it to the next level.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so then I cut it off.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's hard. Till this day, it still affects me. Like, I still want to text this person. I want to call this person. But I knew I was getting toxic because in her face, I would be smiling. But when I would go home, I would be talking bad about her and I would be mad.
Oh, yeah, no.
So then I'm like, something's wrong. And then I talked to my husband about it, and he's like, you have to end it. Since high school, you had to end it since high school. And I didn't, and now I did it now. We're here.
Well, it's good that you did, because now you realize how toxic it was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like have those kind of relationships around you, it's just not good.
It's not. No, especially when you're growing up.
Yeah, a lot of negativity around you. Like,
everywhere you did. Everything you did. It was competition between boyfriends. Competition what we wore.
Whoa.
Competition on our work. Competition on our dogs. Competition on our parents. Everything was competition. When I was skinnier back then, it was competition which wrist was skinnier.
No way.
Yes. Or which one had the smallest waistline. That's why I would not eat. Because I felt like...
Yeah, no, girl, that's really toxic. I'm glad you're out of there.
Yeah, me too.
But let me ask you, was she like that with another people? Like another friends?
I don't know.
Or was just with you?
I don't know. Because a lot of people would say it was only with me because of the way they saw our relationship. It was very different. And it was getting kind of weird because when she came in, it was a spontaneous friendship. So when I saw her with other people, she was this calm, naive, like plain dumb, if we can say. Like if they would talk about like, oh, did you lose your virginity? Me? What is a virginity? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But with me,
it was another
story. But I forgive her. Like I'm learning to forgive this person. It's hard. It's really hard to forgive. Really hard. But I'm learning. And I'm also learning how I can be a better friend. And then I have to like re-educate my mind. Like, it's okay to be me. It's okay to laugh loud. It's okay if I eat the way I eat. It's okay if I dress the way I dress. It's okay if I speak about my feelings. Because sometimes I get scared. I'm like, am I annoying them? Am I too much?
I'm glad you're trying to forgive her. Yeah. Not just for her.
Yeah.
But for you as well, you know?
Yeah, and I'm also happy that she's taking therapy. She's realizing what she did in the past is hurtful. Yeah. And that's why I tell a lot of people when they're in high school, when they're young, be careful who your friends are because they have so much impact on your mental health, on your eating disorder. It just affects your family's dynamic. It just affects a lot. You have to be careful.
Yeah. It does affect because even though I haven't had like friends, like toxic friends, I used to work with people that, you know, they were married or they had boyfriends or just whatever. it was, and they used to have problems with it, they would bring those things to work. And they would talk to me the whole day about their problems, about their husband, their kids. And so the whole day I used to listen just to problems. So I used to get home with all that vibing like on me. And I used to fight because I don't know, it's weird. And it's weird to think about, but just because I was hearing all that the whole day, I was like feeding up with a lot of negativity. So I used to get home, and that's all I had. I wanted to fight because that's what I was hearing. Yeah, it was affecting me a lot and affecting, well, my husband too. I remember that when that was happening, there was days that I would just listen music the whole day. I used to just put my headphones. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna listen to music because I don't want to hear anything. Like, this is affecting me a lot.
Yeah,
that was really toxic. That was more than a toxic friend. It was a toxic environment. It was really toxic. Yes. So yeah, I didn't know how to deal with that, like, at that point. So I used to just listen to music, call somebody, or just do different things, just focus on my own thing, so I didn't have to listen to it, because it really affects you
a lot.
Yeah,
you bring it home and you don't know how to take it off of you.
I know,
that's horrible.
It is.
Toxic workplace is not the place, but you get really good tea. You're like, oh, you went through that? Oh.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes I used to say, like, tell me more. Okay, and what did you do? Did he do that? Like, I know it was funny sometimes, but sometimes it used to get to the point that I'm like, okay, don't tell me anymore, because like, I'm having problems with my husband, and it's not his fault. Okay. So yeah, sometimes it was good. Yeah.
Now, with relationships, romantic relationships, how did it affect you?
That's a good topic. My first boyfriend, we were too young. Like, we were both toxic, but it did affect me.
Yeah.
Because, like, then in the other relationship, I was being toxic too, and the other one was being toxic as well. So it was just a lot of toxicness.
I'll start off with mine then.
Okay, yeah. You start better.
I had a lot of, like, boyfriends and introduced them to my mom and whatever. Like I said in the previous episode, there was one that stood out. And we dated in middle school. Mm-hmm. Okay, we started dating like in the 8th grade of middle school. I don't have any animosity against him, so if he does watch this or anybody goes around and tell him, I'm not mad at him.
Same for me. I don't have anything
en
contra de nadie. No. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, I hope it's
in the past.
Yeah, I'm married, I'm happy. He should.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just storytelling.
Yeah. Story time.
Yeah. So, I dated this person in 8th grade. And he was really good looking to me. He had a really nice smile and whatever. In the beginning, it was, we were kids. We were like, what, 15 years old?
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, it was nothing. It wasn't big. But then once we entered high school, I broke up with him. Mm-hmm. And there was this guy at church that he would come to our church. And he was older than me, okay? He was older than me. But he had a thing for me. But back then I was naive. I didn't know. I had a friend. We'll call her Marisol. And Marisol saw that this guy had a crush on me. But I didn't know because I was already in a relationship with this other guy, right? And this other guy, we'll call him... That is his name?
No way!
I have to cut this out.
There's no way. Is that really him?
Yes.
That's crazy. I didn't even know. Okay, we can leave this part. We can just put a beep when I said the name. But it's crazy that I said the name. Have like something.
I know she does. I'm a psychic.
I am. Can you imagine?
Oh my god.
You swear that's his name.
I would, after this, I will show you.
I'm scared with myself because I just saw it in my mind and I just said it.
No, you're lying.
I'm not kidding.
Paula, really?
I swear.
Oh my
I just said it, Mama, like, this name. Okay, I'm scared.
I'll call this person Tycho.
Okay, Taiko.
It's weird because my dog is Taiko.
Pedro.
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 And I was in a relationship with Pedro, but Marisol saw that this guy liked me, right?
Okay.
Now this older guy, he was we'll call him Mr. 18 because that's how old he was, and I was young. I was 15, yeah.
Okay.
So it was summer vacation, and she noticed that he had a thing for me. Like, he would follow me. It wasn't a church event, and he would follow me. It was for VBS, Vacation Bible School, so we were there in the morning all the way to the afternoon. So they had breakfast, and then you would go in. I would have breakfast outside, and then he would follow me, and he would just talk to me. Mm-hmm. And I was getting annoyed. I'm like, why is this dude talking to me? Like, I'm getting annoyed. Okay, well, then he's like, hey, I just want to talk to you about stuff about the church. Okay, so I gave him my number. We were talking about church, but then he started telling me other stuff. He said, my mom thinks that me and you would make a good couple. And I was like, oh, your mom said that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, why? He's like, well, duh, because, you go to church and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, but I'm 15 and you're Mr. 18. Like, that doesn't work. Okay, well, Marisol was like, come on, break up with Pedro. Break up with Pedro. You don't need to be with Pedro. And I'm like, but why? You barely get to see him anyways. You don't see him, and you don't even want to be with him no more. I'm like, I never said that. I never said I didn't want to be with Pedro anymore. She's like, well, it looks like it. And I'm like, oh my God, she's probably right. Back then I was very gullible with everything. Yeah. So then I broke up with Pedro, and then Mr. 18 took advantage of that. And then Marisol was like, go out with him. I was like, I don't know. I don't like him like that. And she's like, just go with him. I'm like, okay. So we started going out. But I felt uncomfortable. Because it's like a different person. You have to relearn them. And when I found out his age, it just made me feel uncomfortable. He's 18 years old. I was 15.
Okay. Well, okay.
It's illegal.
It's illegal, but I used to, when I was like 15, 14, I used to
not think that. Like, you thought it was normal, right?
I was gonna say, No, I used to date with older people.
Oh, you did?
No. Oh, my God. No, other people like 20 or like that. No. Maybe like 18, 19. Yeah. Not boyfriend, not dating. Just to like, oh, I like you. Okay. Yeah. You want to go to eat? Just like that, but never.
Casual dating. Yeah. No, mine was like a relationship. Okay. It lasted like a month or whatever. But Marisol went to run and tell him that, oh, she's cheating on you. Okay. And Pedro was like, she's cheating on me because they went to the same high school. So then he texted me. He's like, is it true? I'm like, what's true? He's like, you're dating somebody else? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you're dating somebody else because you cheated on me and you broke up with me. Da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not cheating if we broken up. Like, what does it mean? And then Marisol comes to me the next day at church. She's like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. You're having so much drama. And I'm like, and back then I didn't have the voice that I have right now. I just looked at her. I'm like, this girl really started something. But then me and him got back together. Okay. Me and Mr. Pedro got back together because I broke up with 18. And everything started to change. Mm-hmm. He was more interested in curvy girls, okay? Till this day, I'm not curvy, okay? But he was into that, and he was into sex. Like a lot of guys are in high school. Yeah, that's true. And a lot of girls too, So, but he was into that, but I wasn't into that. Mind you, I barely knew about sex, so I didn't. Do you think I was ready to have sex? No, I was still a kid. But when we would go back out, we would break up, go back together. Break up, back together. Yeah. And it was getting to the point where I would feel like diminished because you know how Facebook was such a big thing back then? If I would post a picture, he'd be like, cute. And then if another girl posted a picture, he would say the same thing. But he would be talking to me on the side. And then there was another friend that came to our church that would run to him and say, Jennifer said that you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm like, I never said that. And then Pedro would say, why do you think we're dating? And I'm like, because we're talking like we're dating.
Are we not?
Yeah, you told me not to talk to other people. and you want me to talk to you only, and I look like a desperate girl on social media, I don't want to perceive that way because I'm not that way.
Yeah, and you were dating at that point.
But he didn't say it was official.
Okay.
So he said that, like, what I was saying was wrong. And so he made me feel, okay, so we're not dating. Okay. And I would go to somebody else and he would text me, I miss you. What are you doing? And I'm just like.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I would have trust issues. I'm like, oh. But you were talking to this girl and you're posting these type of pictures and you're doing this and I'm doing that and da-da-da. And it was getting to the point where every time I dated a guy, he would text me right away. I miss you. If I dated somebody else, he would be sad. He's like, I miss you. You're the only girl that I want. And da-da-da-da. So then I would break up with this person, go back out with him. And then it was just a cycle.
Yeah.
And then to the point where I started, like, you know, comparing myself to all the girls that he would talk to or the other girls that he was commenting to. So then, yeah, I ended it. I was like, okay, it's enough. When I met Alex was, he was very strict. He told me, okay, I see that you always break up with this person. Because I used to tell Alex about Pedro.
Oh, my God.
And Alex would be like, break up with him.
So Alex was your friend before being your boyfriend?
No, in 9th grade, he didn't look like he looks right now. He has a shaved head, and I didn't find him attractive. And he's like, do you find me cute? I'm like, no, you're ugly.
Oh, that's so mean. But you used to tell him
yes. That? Oh, after that, like around 10th grade, I would start to talk to Alex about Pedro. Like, hey, this dude. And Alex would be like, break up with him. You don't need him. Break up with him. But Alex told me, he's like, I liked you. I wanted you to break up with him and whatever. But when I dated Alex, he told me, you can't go back out with Pedro. If you're with me, you're with me. You're not going back with Pedro.
Uh-huh.
And then when I started dating Alex, guess what Pedro did? He texted me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. And Alex found out because me and him shared Instagram passwords and account.
Oh, okay.
He saw the message and he called me. He's like, what's going on? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he messaged you. He started following you. What is this? He says, I miss you so much, Jenny. You're so beautiful, Jenny. Alex got really mad, so I had to block him.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at him for anything, you know?
Yeah. And that's the only one relationship?
That's the only relationship that was toxic.
Yeah, because then you start with Alex and
we finished it off with Alex. I hope so. I don't want to get married again.
No. I think that's for life. No, well, like I was saying, I had 2 boyfriends. Mm-hmm. My first boyfriend, I met him when I was in school. I was like, I don't know, maybe 13, 14.
Oh, so you were young.
Yeah, I was super young. And we dated. No, I think I was younger. I think I met him when I was 13. Yeah, 13. Mm-hmm. So, super young. A kid. Mm-hmm. We were dating, if you can call that dating.
Okay.
So we were boyfriend and girlfriend. But, I mean, it's just those that just stay in high school, you know? Oh, we see each other there, but we never go up. It was weird. But we used to, like, you know, break up and
get back together.
Yeah, and date with another people and then get back together and then the same thing, like always all the time. But then I used to go to a high school that it was just 3 years and then you moved to another high school. So then I went to another one. Mm-hmm. I moved and he stayed there. So we broke up. So as I was saying, mm-hmm. I moved to another high school and then I met my second boyfriend.
Okay.
But I didn't say how was the other relationship. Well, he was really jealous and he was really possessive with me.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want you to have friends. You cannot talk to them. And if he used to see me talking to another guy, he used to get so mad and pissed. But I really didn't care a lot because I knew he wasn't gonna break up with me. No, it's because he like that's how he made me feel about him, because he used to just get mad and like I'm like, but they're my friends, and he just didn't used to break up with me. So I was like, I'm jealous and everything, but I'm just saying this to scare you, but I'm not really gonna do it.
Yeah,
so that's how he was. So, well, yeah, he was really toxic. Don't talk to any other guys. And yeah, just me. And I wasn't gonna do that. I was still having my friends and everything. But so it was this problem. It was always like breaking up because of that. And he used to, well, I don't know if he used to date, to be honest. I never asked him. I guess he did.
Yeah.
But, anyways, that was our relationship.
Okay, okay.
But then we broke up for sure. That's what I thought.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I went to the other high school, you know?
Okay.
So, I'm. What?
I'm getting nervous. You went to the other high school?
So, yeah, I went to my other high school. Okay. So, I went to my other high school and I met my other boyfriend, my second boyfriend. He was so toxic.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Oh no, but I forgot to say something really important. Every time I used to tell him, if you keep being so jealous and so possessive, I'm gonna break up with you, like, for sure, forever. I said forever. And he used to tell me, if you do that, I'm gonna kill myself. Seriously? So that's why I never really went away. We really didn't break up.
Because you felt bad.
Of course! I was 14. At that point, I was like 15. Because we dated until, like, since I was 13 until I was like 16.
Okay.
So, like 3 years?
Oh my God.
Something like that. Yeah, it was just like, you know, it was this high school relationship. But anyways, like, because of the years were passing, it was like getting more serious and serious. So we were like more like, okay, I'm gonna meet your mom and your dad, and I'm gonna meet your mom. But I never met his parents. Actually, I never
Good
did.
thing
I
you
know.
dodged a bullet.
Okay, so I went to the other high school, and I met my second boyfriend, and he was toxic. The same thing. He was, I don't want you to talk to nobody. I don't know why, but they used to, like, I used to date guys that they were always like that, jealous and possessive. I don't know why, but that's what I attract. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, so I dated him my last year of high school. The whole year, oh my God, it was a nightmare.
Why?
Because I remember he used to get mad to the point that he used to, I don't know if this is abuse, I don't know.
Okay.
But he used to, like, hold me, my hand, like, really hard for me not to go. And I'm like, let me go. And he used to, like, grab my hands and don't let me go.
What did you do?
I used to punch him.
As you should.
Yeah,
no.
I was like, no. Like, and one time I was so mad. He was doing that in my own house, and my grandma was there, and I was like, okay, if you don't let me go, I'm gonna start screaming, and that's gonna be bad for you. And he didn't. So I kind of, like, punched him off the face. Cause, like, what was that? Because, yeah, I remember it was really upsetting for me. He used to be really toxic to that point. And yes, I feel like my mind kind of blocked a lot of things of that relationship just because it was really traumatic for me.
Yeah.
And something that he had is that he used to want to make me feel less. So he wanted to hurt my ego or make me feel bad with myself, so I would stay with him because nobody else was gonna want me. That's what he wanted. And I wouldn't say I had like a weak, I don't know, like, emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that wasn't affecting me a lot, but that's what he was trying to do.
Okay.
Because he used to tell me, oh, you're really cute, but if you wouldn't have your nose so big, you wouldn't be perfect. That's what he used to tell me. I swear. And, oh, if you wouldn't be like this and this, you wouldn't be perfect. Yeah, me and my friend, when we are together, that's why we talk about you. And he was my boyfriend, and he used to tell me those things. Yeah, really toxic, really annoying. And right now, I look back and I'm like, this dude, what about with, like,
what's his
problem? Why? And I remember I used to just like, oh, why you say that? That's so mean, haha. And I used to laugh. Because he used to laugh. So I guess, like, I was feeling bad, but I didn't want to say it. I don't know. But I used to stay there. So that was my whole last year. And I remember my friends, they used to hate him. Like,
yes, I would understand.
Yeah, my friends didn't like him at all. I had a friend, Fabricio, and my ex-boyfriend really didn't like him, and he even wanted to punch him, and I'm like, dude, why are you gonna do that? Are you jealous of him? Like, his
Oh my
God. Like, not cool.
Yes, like you had that one guy friend, and then that boyfriend would be mad at him, right?
Yeah.
I yes.
But my friend doesn't even like women. That's what is dumb about that.
And he knew that.
Yeah.
But he would still get mad.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Just because he was toxic. So, yeah, he was really bad. And like I said, I blocked a lot of moments of that relationship because it was really traumatic for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really. I remember when we were going to break up, I told him, okay, I don't want to be anymore with you because you do these things to me. You hold me. That's kind of like abuse. And you tell me bad things. You're really jealous, possessive. And he used to talk to another chicks. He used to talk with another girls. And I used to find those messages. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, that was like my friend that took my phone. And I'm like, no, I know that wasn't your friend. Well, anyways. So when I was going to break up with him, he used to tell me he was gonna kill himself again, like the other guy. I'm like, what is going on here? Why? But this time, I talked to my mom. I was like, Mom, look, I really don't want to be with him anymore. And he's telling me these things that he's going to kill himself because I don't want to be with him anymore. Sorry. And my mom used to tell me like, do you want me to do something about it? And one day I said, yeah, just call, because he used to live with with another family. He didn't used to live with his mom or dad. I don't know who was, like an aunt or cousin. I don't know who was it, but it was family related. So my mom talked to them. It was a woman. She talked to her, and she told her, hey, look, this person is doing this and this to my daughter, and this is really scaring her, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but she doesn't want to be with him anymore. So because he found out my mom talked to that person to tell him something, he then turned around and told my mom a bunch of lies about me, like secrets that I told him, and it was between us, that he didn't have to tell nobody, and no, my mom, just to make me seem bad to my mom. Yeah, what? In front of my mom. And like, I remember my mom got so mad with him. I was like really scared because I was like, my mom's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. And what my mom did that night, I remember she told me, okay, Pau, come on, let's put all his things that he has given you in all this time, and whatever you have of him, and let's put it in this bag, and let's go to his house. We drove to his house, and we got there at night, and my mom started telling him a bunch of things. She wasn't rude with him, but she left like clear, don't get close to my daughter anymore. It was like, this is gonna be bad. Yeah. You're being a really bad person. Like, you don't have to, whatever is between you two, you had to left it at that. You didn't have to come and tell me.
Period.
Exactly. So yeah, that was my second toxic relationship. That was the most toxic thing I ever experienced. Like, that was horrible. And to this day, I don't know anything about him. I haven't blocked. Like, I don't want to know anything. No. I'm not mad, but I just, no, I don't know. I hope he changed, because like, that was horrible. That was horrible.
That's a good thing that you left him, though. Imagine you were still with him right now. That would be, no. You don't even know where you would be at right now. So I'm so happy you're not with them.
Me too.
What the heck?
I'm really happy. So rude. It was really bad, really rude, really toxic. Just imagine somebody that wants to make you feel less. That wants to tell you you're ugly just so you stay with him. Oh, that's what he thought in his mind. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Because, like, why is he telling me that?
If you like me, why would you treat me like that?
Exactly. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It's so hard to believe that there are people like that right now in the world. I'm just like, why are you like that?
Yeah.
It's like a. Do they not want to be alone? Like, how do, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It was really bad. But yeah, that was my second toxic relationship, and then we broke up like forever. I didn't want to know anything else about him. He was abusive, everything. So yeah, and then I came back with my other ex-boyfriend. We took a break for like a year and something.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years, and yeah, but it didn't work.
No, but you guys left it off healthy, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, see, that's a good
We
thing.
left it good, like really good. Till this day, we don't talk, but I mean, we're not bad.
Mm-hmm. You guys are in a
we're
good
just
space.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I see him someday, I'm like, oh hey, that's it.
That's good though.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
so good. See, that's a good way to end it.
Exactly.
But the other way, that's right.
Oh no.
It will always be in your head.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the first one, I wouldn't say it was toxic, but I think we were just too young. He didn't know how to handle things, so.
No.
And I feel that's normal. I mean,
is.
we were 14, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when we try and get back together when we were like 18, 17. No, we were 17, 18. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't working, but he wasn't toxic anymore.
Yeah.
It was just, it didn't work. We are good. We didn't end like hating each other or anything like that. So yeah, those were my 2 toxic relationships.
Really?
Yep.
How would you handle some of the toxic situations? Like, it could be like your family member too. How did you handle it?
I don't know if I have like, I do have some toxicity in my family, but it's not really
intense.
It's not.
Like no fights.
No, not really. No. I feel my family is really like easygoing.
Yeah.
It's really like, oh, whatever. There is some toxicity, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not horrible. So
yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh really?
It's toxic. No.
Lucky you. I had some problems with my family, and we're currently trying to fix it as we're getting older. But some habits just, they don't die from people unless they want to change that habit, you know? And I used to allow it to happen because I was young. I was scared. I would not be scared, but I would just, I didn't know how to defend myself. It's hard to love them sometimes because I see the positive, because that's what, you know, you're taught to be when you're a child. But when you get older, it's hard to make excuses and excuses after them. And I'm just like, I can't. But something that, and I'm grateful for this for Alex, is that he's teaching me how to cut them off.
Okay.
And he's like, you know what, they're your family, you respect them, you love them, but doesn't mean that you have to have a relationship with them. Say hi when you walk past them or when you're in a family gathering, but that's it. No more.
Yeah.
So Alex is teaching me that, but I don't know how they are now.
Okay.
You know, because I don't want to judge them without knowing who they are now, because we don't have conversations like that anymore. I'm learning to forgive them. I'm learning to be okay with what happened. That it does affect you because you're afraid to even speak to any family member anymore. But it's okay to not have this tight-knit relationship with them.
Yeah. There is some members in my family. I'm not going to say what family. I'm just going to say family. Right now it's not horrible, but it used to be really bad. Oh my God. Like really bad.
Yes.
So I think I'm learning to handle it. I just like, because I'm starting to know them more, it's becoming better how I handle things.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let this affect me. I'm just gonna stop them right there. Okay, stay right there. And now, before I didn't used to speak my mind. I was just like, okay, and I used to feel bad myself. And then now I'm like, okay, no, you cannot cross that line. Okay, you cannot tell me what can I or I can do. You can give me advice, I can, but it's up to me if I receive that advice or not, if I'm gonna do it or not. So yeah, that's the way I'm handling it.
But the good thing is we're learning how to handle certain situations as we're getting older.
In that case, what I had to did is like, what I did, it was change my mind, because I can't change them. So I just gotta change my mind and the way that I handle it.
But only God knows.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? So I don't know about you, but I always keep praying for them every time I get every time I remember them. I'm like, I pray over this family member. I pray for this family member, because at the end of the day, you don't want nothing bad to happen to them.
Yeah, and what I pray about too is that I said, like, God, please help me to be wise, and like, how should I handle these situations? Because it's not just about them. I just don't pray like change them or like do something about them. No, I pray too, so God do something on me. So if I'm the one that is bad and I'm being mean or being toxic myself, or I don't know, okay, God help me how to handle these things, how to change my mind, how to love them,
how to love them more,
because like
how to have grace over them, or how to love them the way that God loves them, you know, because if God can forgive us for what we did, then we are capable of forgiving them, and it should be easy.
Yeah, no, it's not really easy. It should, but it's not.
Yeah, in the Bible it's like, oh, forgive your neighbors and forgive your enemies, and I'm just like, God, it's easy for you, but for me,
not for us.
But it's a learning process, you know.
Yeah, so that's So I pray. So it's not just them they will have to change. It's me too. So yeah. What else can you do? You know. So I have a question. What? Do you feel you're a toxic person?
Yes.
You feel so?
I feel it. I feel it every day that I am toxic.
Really?
Yeah.
My husband says that I'm toxic.
Oh, what? No! I tell Alex, babe, am I toxic? He's like, no, babe, you're just crazy.
Well, yeah, he says that I'm crazy, but sometimes he tells me, you're so toxic. But I feel he says that because he's playing. Yeah. I feel it's plain, but, you know, with some truth in it.
Oh, my God, I hate those. I hate those. Oh, my God, I'm like, is it the truth or a lie? Because last time you say that when we were angry, and now you're saying it when we're joking. Which one is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one is it.
Yeah, my husband's like, you're crazy.
Yeah, and sometimes he says like, oh, you're crazy, but I know what he really wants to say is, you're toxic. And I'm like, don't say it.
Are you like, oh, tell me. What are you going to say? No, tell me what you're really going to say. No, don't say it.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, but sometimes like I'm like, God, please help me don't be
toxic.
That toxic. Because like, I feel like everyone can be a little bit toxic at
Everybody
times.
Has toxicity in them. Yeah. You can't just label one thing toxic. Everybody's toxic in their own mind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe in a relationship, you're the toxic one and you don't even know.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm toxic in everything.
Really?
I feel like I'm a toxic friend, I'm a toxic wife, I'm a toxic sister, I'm a toxic daughter, I'm a toxic everything. And I try to change everything. Like
I did was a toxic daughter. Now that you say that.
I put my mom through so much.
Me too.
Like
my poor mom. Because, you know, when she raised me by herself until, my dad and my mom were together until I was like 9, and then she raised me by herself. I used to see my dad too, but I used to live just with my mom. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when she used to meet like somebody and she wanted to date, you know, she's a woman, but she's a mom too, so it doesn't matter, she can date, you know.
Yeah, she was young.
I was jealous about it, and I was toxic. I'm like, I don't like him, he's this and that, and I used to be really toxic until my mom met, you know, my sister's dad. They still together, they're together until today.
Yeah.
And I used to be really toxic with him too, just that he kind of find a way to
work with
me, yeah, because now we have a good relationship.
But that's good though. I mean, I think that's normal.
Yeah,
because
I think so.
I don't think you were trying to be toxic. I think you were trying to be protective. You don't want your mom to be hurt. You don't want somebody to enter your family and then they do something to break it, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think you were toxic. I think you're just like, I need to protect my mom.
Yeah.
My dad's not here. There's no man here, so I'm going to do it. So I don't think you were being toxic. Unless you were like yelling at them and screaming at them.
No.
See?
No, not to that point.
Never.
No, not that.
No, I get it. No, if I feel like I'm toxic, Alex doesn't say, Jennifer, you're toxic. He says this in the most polite way ever. He's like, baby, I don't know if you know this, but that was really hurtful. And I'm like,
Really?
And that hurts more.
And you're like, oh, now I feel bad.
No, I continue.
Really? You're toxic.
I'm crazy. I'm like, yeah. Well, guess what? You.
No, I have to accept that when we not start dating, but when we got married at the beginning, I was being like toxic a little bit, but I feel I pray a lot for God to take that away from me and to take just to change my mind and everything. So I feel I'm not anymore. I still have my things, you know.
Your moments, it
I'm
comes.
jealous.
Yeah. Jealousy is hard.
I'm really like territorial. I am like really like
Really?
I am.
Oh my.
Like this is mine.
I don't think you're doing. Oh my. How? But okay, I have a question.
Okay.
I need to know.
But I gotta say, Tony has never given me motive to be
of course
crazy and to be jealous.
Other
but
people.
I find it anyways.
Really, for
I
me,
do.
I see other people. You know? Okay.
I mean, you see other people.
How do you feel when other women go talk to him? Women, look at younger women.
Younger?
Yes. Okay. Or maybe around your age. But what if you see the woman like? How would I want to know?
I get really territorial.
Do you give like a face?
A face?
Yeah, I'm
what
gonna take my earrings off. Like, it's like
my earrings are hurting too.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh. Okay.
Like, how do you react? ¿Cómo es tu cara? Do you you don't show it?
No, it's because I don't know if that has happened.
Like, a woman goes up. Well, an example. Like, what if...
no, yeah. I'm gonna tell you. No.
Okay,
yes. Now I remember one time.
Okay.
There is this kid. Well, not kid. This girl at church. I'll tell you after, like, off camera.
Okay, yeah, the name. Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, she was, like, really looking at him, and I'm like... And even he's the one that told me. He's like, look, I noticed that this and this, and, like, she's just looking at me every time that I look, and this is weird. This makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm like, who? I didn't even notice. And then I did notice. And what was happening, she was like, because Tony plays the drums at church. So one day I was like, okay, I'm going to pay attention to see if it's true. So I just sat there, and the chick was like further.
Yeah.
So I was looking at her, the chick. The girl was looking.
This is so cute. I'm sorry. This is so cute.
So she was looking at him, and I'm like, yeah, she is. And I'm like, what? Like, what is happening? But then she used to look at me. Just like, she was looking, and then she was like, oh. Like, looking at me like, oh, I'm looking at him. Like, I don't know.
You felt like it was like that?
Yeah, and then I was like, what's going on here? And I'm like, I was getting toxic to him. Ooh. I was like, why is she looking at you like that? Does she have a motive?
and poor Tony, he's like, I can't control her eyes.
Yeah, and he's like, no, man, what's going on? I don't know. Oh. Yeah, he got like mad because I was thinking that.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was just like, yeah, that's just dumb. But I don't know. Do you know what I did? I started talking to her.
You did?
Kind of. Because, like, and start smiling at her. Like, passive-aggressive?
Oh, I
don't know.
As a friendly way. I thought you said as a friendly way.
No, as a friendly way.
Oh, okay, good.
So she's, like, yeah, so, I don't know, I just saw her, and I'm like, like, I know you're looking, like, I'm smiling at you.
I thought you were doing as, let's be friends.
No, just like, oh, yeah, like, friendly, but, like, for her to notice that I know what she's doing.
The only person that I can see is just one girl I remember at church.
Okay, I can tell you later, yeah. So
I'm gonna be nosy.
But yeah, and one day, like, I don't know if it's been happening more, because this was like a year ago.
Oh!
Yeah, that was a long time ago, so I don't even think it's happening anymore. But I used to just like, oh, hi, and like that. So, I don't know, just to like, what are you doing that? But not saying it, just like, But I feel like I was being a little bit toxic with that. Because now I'm just like, oh, whatever. Just like, doesn't matter. Because like, that was at the beginning of our marriage. Now I'm just like, whatever. Like,
for me, I'm just like,
he doesn't give me motive or anything. So why am I gonna be like this?
Exactly.
I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Get it, because you were in the beginning of your relationship. For me, it's just like, how do you say it? I like when they look at him sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Well, yeah, I do too.
Tacolini.
Yeah, I do. When with somebody, just stranger, look at him, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's my husband. But when it's somebody that you have to see every week and like at the same place, it gets kind of uncomfortable.
But the rule that me and Alex have is we cannot be alone with the opposite sex.
Okay.
As in, like, if we were in a room like this, and let's say another guy was here, and you weren't here, and it was just that guy and me, I wouldn't be in this room alone. I would leave.
Okay.
Because it's disrespectful for my eyes, Okay.
Uh-huh.
Or, like, if my friend and her, or let's say my sister and her boyfriend, or the guy she's talking to, and it was just him and me, I wouldn't be like that. Because I feel like it's disrespectful. Okay. So that's the rule that me and Alex have. If we talk to the opposite sex, there has to be a third person there to see. Because we don't want to damage reputation. We do that at church a lot. Like, if I'm talking to a guy, I make sure a lot of people are staring at us and there's a big distance and space. Because I don't want the wrong image, Yeah,
we do not have rules like that or anything like that. We just respect each other. That's it.
But that's just the only thing we have.
We don't put rules, but we know our own rules.
Yeah, like, what's respectful.
I'm not gonna talk to a guy. No. Like in any irrespectful way. No. Like that is going to be respectful for him. Yeah. Because he's not gonna do the same thing to me. Like, no. We don't have rules, but we know the limit.
This is Alex's thing. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know. You don't know when. You don't know men or women's intentions. Okay. That's why Alex is never alone, ever. And if he is, he makes sure that he's looking down like this. And you could talk to him, but he's not gonna talk back. He's like, because he doesn't want people to have the wrong idea. Like, what if like you're talking and I was like, it's gonna look wrong, right? You walk in. Let's say I was talking to another guy, right? And the guy was like, it's gonna look wrong, right? When you walk in, you're like, oh, why is he touching her shoulder? Why is she laughing? Why is it too comfortable? So, because I hear a lot of talk like that, like, oh, no, she's too comfortable with him or he's too comfortable with her. I just don't want people to have the bad idea. Okay. So, me and Alex uphold our reputation really high. That's why we're, like, very,
yeah.
But we do have opposite friends, like, oh, he has friends that are girls, I have friends that are guys, but it's in the same friend group.
Yeah, I feel like like I said, I don't have a lot of friends, but I don't really have friends. Oh, no, I do have friend guys, but from high school.
Yeah.
And he knows about them.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have girlfriends.
Yeah.
No, he does. But maybe like one.
Yeah.
That I know her. We always hang out all together.
Yeah.
He never hang out with another girl just by himself.
Yeah.
And I never do either. So we know our limits. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's respectful and not respectful.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How would you, if someone's watching this right now, what is something you would tell them how to end the relationship? Either boyfriend, friends, family.
I would say whatever it is you don't feel comfortable with it and it's not right, it's hard. But just get out of there. Seriously. There is nothing worse than to be in a toxic relationship or toxic environment for you, because it just not just affects you but affects your other relationships too.
Yeah.
And more if it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend, because I remember when I used to be with them, I used to like have all negativity in myself and like just be mean with my mom or with my family and my little sister, or like I don't know, I used to just be like sour is the word? No, sour, no. Yeah, like sour.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not good. I would say just if that person crossed the line and it's kind of physical with you, just
get
out of there like now. And if you're scared of doing it, get somebody else like to do it with you, because you need help.
Yeah.
That's why you really need help. So
talk to someone
and
about
never
it.
be embarrassed. Never be embarrassed of like asking for help or talking with this to somebody, because that's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, the person that is doing it should be ashamed.
You shouldn't
not
be doing
you.
that. Yeah, whether it's a boy or girl, they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And talk to someone about it, you know?
Yeah.
With a friend, just sit down with them. Have your dialogue that you're going to talk to them about, and just be ready to sit down with them and prepare yourself. And if you believe in God or not, pray before you talk to that person. Read the Bible, and then get ready to talk to that person, and allow yourself and guard yourself with the Holy Spirit, and allow that word to come out of you.
Yes.
You know, don't do it based off your emotion, and just pray every day for yourself and for your friend. And it's gonna be hard, but you can do it. And that's for friends. What about for family?
I thought we were talking in general. I don't know. I would say for family, because like, it's your family. You can take distance with them. You can say like, okay, I don't want to hang out with them so much, or just put distance. But at the end, it's gonna be your family, and it's hard, but it's never gonna change. And it doesn't mean that because it's your family you have to have a relationship with them. Doesn't mean that. Just pray over it.
Yeah.
And just take a little bit of distance, but keep having a relationship with them. Just like, well, not a relationship like this, but like tight, but just like, oh, hey, how are you? Respectful, yes. That's it.
That's right.
Doesn't need to go longer.
Yeah, it hasn't have to go further than that.
Yeah.
Like she said, I agree with everything she said. Be respectful.
Yes.
Because they're your family doesn't mean that you have to have a deep relationship, but like she said, there will always be your family, but just have a good distance with them. Don't talk too much about your private life, but just keep it, Luna, just keep it, to yourself.
Yeah.
And like I always say, just pray. Prayer is a good thing.
Yeah. All you can do is pray.
Yeah.
No, sometimes all you can do is pray.
Yeah.
What happened, Luna? She wants to say a word.
What do you want to say, Lulu?
So yes, again, if I was the one toxic in some relationship that I have, I'm sorry.
Me too.
Probably I didn't mean to.
We were young.
Yeah.
And now we're growing. I hope you are too.
Yes.
But there's no animosity. There's love, learning, forgiveness, and peace.
Yes. That's how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
to be honest, I feel like this wasn't gonna be this long, because at the beginning we were like, let's talk about toxic relationships. I don't think we're gonna have like much to talk about, so probably it's gonna be like a short episode, but
it came out pretty long.
Yeah, I feel it was pretty long. So yeah. We hope you guys enjoy it, and
yeah, and like we said previously, comment down below if you guys have, or if you guys want anything we want to talk about with us.
Yes.
If you guys have any personal stories you'd like to share with us, we will totally upload it and share it with you guys. And we just want to say thank you for the first episode that came out. That was a lot of love and support.
Yeah.
We were really shocked. We're like, wow.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
And thank you for logging in with us in that little corner of the internet. And we hope to see you next time.
We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.